A wise person in the industry once told me not to hold grudges on companies that once made bad products because everyone has the chance to turn their companies around. Today I've got a bit of a comeback story for a company called AP Sports Regimen. You may remember them from a video I did earlier in the year. Now, back earlier in the year, long story short, I did a video reviewing a product. I very rarely do just straight reviews, probably about once a month. I grab a product out there, completely unsponsored, completely no business, and just review it and give my thoughts on the product for that company. When they reached out to me, they said, hey, we've got this product, it's a pre-workout, we want to run it by you and get your review. And I looked at the label and I was like, guys, very respectfully, I don't want anything to do with this because it's not going to be a pretty video. They insisted, and well, hey, I put it up on video. I talked about it. I gave my thoughts on what could make it a better product, and I made an educational and a little bit humorous video for people to understand what to look for in pre-workouts, how to read through a proprietary blend, and what to not take in pre-workouts. But like I told you, I didn't want to do this video, and ever since that, Caesar actually reached out to me, the CEO. He's I guess some sort of Formula One racer. I'm sorry if I messed it up, Caesar. He's some sort of racer that owns a few different companies. Reached out and said, I make the best apparel in sports apparel, and which I agree with. He did send me some and it was absolutely incredible. And I want to make the best supplements as well. So I wish him the best of luck. I've given him some advice over the last couple months, every here and there. I saw some spelling errors on some labels or stuff like that, but he has come back with actually a pretty interesting few products here. AP Sports Regimen, it has been renamed, and their flagship product, Top Burn, is a very interesting, and I'm gonna call it a lifestyle product here for a couple different reasons. Now I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, but what this product is some sort of energy, focus, mood, and there is a little bit of metabolism there, but I really wouldn't put too much into it being a super fat burner. It's not gonna make you sweat. It doesn't have any kind of like a synephrine, bitter orange, GBB in there. It is something that you could take pre-cardio, but I'm gonna mostly tell you here that they have been marketing it as a focus enhancer, mood, and energy product, and that's what I see it as very strong. We've got some ingredients in here that are new, that we don't talk about very often. We've got some in here that are very rudimentary and are just basics for the category. So I'm gonna go from top to bottom. I'm gonna talk about the different ingredients, how they work together, and explain to you why I find this to be a very useful lifestyle product. I don't say that very often. Lifestyle product for people in the fitness lifestyle to utilize. From the top, let's start it off. We've got Alpha GPC here at 500 milligrams. Now, we don't know if this is the 50% extract or not. I'm going to assume that it is the full dosage because you'd be getting 250 milligrams yield of Alpha GPC here, but of course that is an assumption. When I took the product, I did feel like there is a decent amount of Alpha GPC in here. It is a little bit hard to feel past the amount of caffeine in here, but it did feel like a full dose, but that's completely speculation here. I wish that they did label that, and that's something I'm actually gonna offer as a little bit of feedback to Caesar. They mentioned they really wanna be heavy on education and information, and transparently giving those things is going to be important. This is a form of choline, something that is very often found in things like egg yolks. Now, this is one of the reasons I'm very strong on telling people, hey, you should be eating your egg yolks with breakfast every morning. Don't throw them away. They're much more than fat and cholesterol, and they're super helpful for you. It helps in your body create a thing called acetylcholine, which is important for anything from brain function to actually contracting your muscles in the gym. When you train, you deplete your acetylcholine in the body, and this is going to be helpful for recreating more of it. Now, there's something else in here as well that helps out with acetylcholine. I'm going to get to that at the end, but for now, just know that Alpha GPC is super helpful for creating acetylcholine in the body, which helps with focus as well as muscle contraction. Two things that are super important for professional people who are also fit and following a fitness lifestyle. So moving into the next ingredient, we have an ingredient that I barely ever pronounce out loud. So I'm gonna attempt here. It is palmitoylethanolamide. We're gonna make that the acronym PEA today, and that's not to be confused like some other companies have confused it with, the PEA you find in pre-workout. This ingredient is super helpful for pain management, which I find very interesting. This ingredient is going to help your body deal with muscle soreness. Now, it's super strong for anti-inflammatory and anti-pain properties, and it's most commonly used to treat myalgia, which is a fancy name for muscle soreness or muscle pain, whether that's acute or chronic. Now, I found this interesting because this is gonna be a lifestyle product that you're using regularly, hopefully daily, right? And if you are a fit individual, you absolutely have muscle soreness. I know that myself, I only train 4 days a week right now, but every single day I'm in some sort of soreness from whether that's the day before or up to 72 hours before. So this is an ingredient that could be very helpful for a lifestyle person, right? The word is huge right now. Someone who is using this for focus every day or pre-cardio or something like that to wake up and get moving, but also has some other benefits in helping deal with that broken down muscle from all that hard training that you've been doing. Now, there is some more data needed to find out exactly how this works, but it does, we know, downregulate inflammatory responses. So this could be very helpful for people who are training extremely hard or have other inflammation in their body that they want to control and regulate. So moving forward into caffeine anhydrous. They've got 300 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. Now that's a pretty large dose, to be honest with you. And that's why on the back of this bottle, they offer a flexible dosing scheme. There is a decent amount of total caffeine in here, and we do know that that can be a little bit strong for some people. Personally, I really like the 4 caps dosage. You get 400 total milligrams of caffeine, and I personally do very well on that much caffeine. It gets me very productive. I feel good on it. I feel safe and happy. But some people, although there is a ton of safety data on caffeine showing that this is safe for almost anyone of any body size, might want to use a little bit less. And so that's pretty easy to scale because you've got 400 milligrams of caffeine total minus a little bit of the weight from the Infinergy. You could go down to 3 capsules and get around 300, or you could go down to 2 capsules and get around 200. It's a pretty easy thing to dose out. So that's, for me, I found that pretty smart. There's 100 milligrams of Infinergy in here, which got to about 75 milligrams out of the 100 milligrams. But like I said, if you wanted to ballpark it, it's about 400 milligrams of caffeine, and you can remove about 100 milligrams for each capsule. Now, caffeine is super helpful for tons of different things, from focus to strength output to actually even dealing with pain, like the last ingredient that we talked about. Caffeine can be used in a ton of different ways. Before cardio, it'll help wake you up, get you moving, get you sweating. Before work, it'll keep you focused. Before training, it'll get you zoned in and get your strength output going. This product is very versatile for, caffeine can be used anytime. That's not a surprise to you guys. So moving forward, we've got a couple more focus ingredients here. We've got dynamine, which is an awesome ingredient coming out of compound solutions. We're a big fan of compound solutions. At 100 milligrams here, I'm a pretty big fan of that high dose caffeine with 100 milligrams of dynamine. Now, if you're also familiar with teacrine coming out of compound solutions, there's a bit of a body weight bell curve to that depending on how much you weigh, how much it will be effective for you. Personally, that's why I'm more a fan of dynamine. No matter who seems to take dynamine, it seems to hit just about the same. And this ratio with the caffeine is a personal favorite of mine. You'll notice a little bit longer lasting focus with this ingredient. I'm a big fan of adding it in for a product like this where focus is one of the main emphases of the formula. Now, one of the strengths of adding dynamine onto this product instead of adding more stimulants is actually the fact that dynamine doesn't increase blood pressure, heart rate, or anything like that. So it's commonly not really, depending on your definition, defined as a stimulant. I find that to be a strength here because we've already got 400 milligrams and they obviously wanted to add some more focus, and this isn't putting any kind of stress on the heart. Now, rounding on the last 2 ingredients here, we've got L-Dopa at 100 milligrams of a dosage. Now, we don't know the full standardization here. Like I said before, with the Alpha GPC, it'd be nice to see if they added these in over time, and if they do, I'll come back and update this. But for now, we don't know that for sure. But what we do know about it is that we've got 100 milligrams of L-Dopa, which is shown in a few different studies to be a very helpful neuroprotective ingredient. Also, for males, it can increase serum testosterone, which is kind of a cool second effect. L-Dopa is an amino acid that's a precursor to dopamine, which is a pretty powerful neurotransmitter that's used in the brain. And it contributes to an overall sense of well-being and pleasure and happiness, which is possibly where the claim of euphoria is coming from this. I do feel pretty happy when I'm taking this product, but in general, I also feel pretty happy when I take high doses of caffeine. So it's a great ingredient to have in here for a few different reasons, and we're happy with it. Overall, the formula seems to come well together, and it's not too much of a kitchen sink at the same time. Now, the last ingredient here is huperzine A at 150 micrograms, which is a pretty strong dose. Like I said before about creating acetylcholine, huperzine is a cool ingredient to add on with anything that creates acetylcholine acetylcholine because it actually inhibits the production of acetylcholine esterase, which is an enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine in the body. Like I said before, acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter within the body that helps both with brain function and muscle contractions, and it is depleted when you train. So it's something that we as fitness enthusiasts and also professionals in the real world need to have for both of our, work and hobbies. So this ingredient's not going to produce more of it, but is going to make sure that the amount that you produce lasts longer within the body. So overall, the product comes together pretty nicely. This is not a kitchen sink formula. It's a formula that's going to be effective with just a few simple ingredients. I like what they did with this product. I don't know if the burn part of the name is super on brand because it doesn't have a ton of like GBB, synephrine, and stuff like that. It's going to make you sweat like crazy. But what I do know is that every time I take it, I get extremely productive, and I like the way that I feel. So overall, I'm happy with the product. I think that most people should go try this out. It's a new brand with a new feel, a new team. I'm a big fan of Ben Chow, one of their main athletes that they brought on. I think he's a very smart bodybuilding coach that I subscribe to most of his thought processes on dieting and training. So overall, I'm happy to see the product. I'm happy to see them turning around the business from that pre-workout last year to a product that is pretty unique on its own. If you have any questions, you could go over to our blog. Heather did a full write-up on the product as well if you want to read a little bit more in depth and see the studies behind the ingredients. You can always go to pricebelt.com/APSportsRegimen. Or you could ask a question below because I do monitor these videos and I'd love to answer you and talk to you specifically about this product or anything that you have a question about within the subject. So, as always, guys, I really do appreciate you watching the video. I do have to say, we do have a business affiliate relationship with AP Sports Regimen. I did get this product for free, and I do have a pretty biased view of these guys because I'm very happy that they turned around their products and started improving their formulas. But, hey, if that's a bad thing, well, I happen to be happy when people improve their formula. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you making this far in the video. And as always, have a great day.
Welcome to Price Plow.